Hi everyone. I wish I could bring better news this morning, but I can't. 43 killed, including children, by UK-US backed Saudi airstrike on school bus. That's my title of this video. This will be about my 10th video on Yemen in my little channel. It's just me that has to do everything. In about 4 or 5 months. MSNBC have not done one, I think, in 18 months. So it's going to be interesting to see if they actually cover this. They have covered 455 articles about Stormy Daniels, but we'll see if they cover it. I'm assuming that they'll be forced to. So this is the Guardian reporting here. Dozens dead in Yemen as bus carrying children hit by airstrike. Now, I don't normally do this, but as you can see, there's a video there. And I have watched not just this video, but other videos. Okay, I've watched what I can only say disturbed me. Okay, disturbed me. I was almost in tears. I was speechless when I watched it a couple of hours ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you part of this video. Now this is, I want to give you fair warning. It could be, you know, bad, but you'll just see children with blood on them. But I just want to show you this just to give you some idea as to how horrific this is. That was about the only thing. It's about the only thing of all the video footage I've seen. I've seen probably 25-30 minutes of it so far. It's about the only footage I could show you, and that's the truth. This is horrific. Dozens of civilians, mostly children, have been killed and others wounded in an airstrike by the US-backed Saudi-led coalition in Yemen that hit a bus in the rebel-held north of the country. I don't know whether this article says, I can't remember whether this article says it, but this is a school bus that was carrying children to a summer retreat. That's the facts behind this. I don't know whether this article says it. I can't remember whether it does anyway, or whether I read that somewhere else. The International Committee of the Red Cross, one of the few humanitarian institutions helping civilians on the ground in the war-torn country, said a hospital it supported had received dozens of casualties after the strike at a market in Dairan in Sada Governorate. Quote, under international humanitarian law, civilians must be protected during conflict, the organisation tweeted. Johan Brewer, the head of the delegation for the ICRC in Yemen, tweeted scores killed, even more injured, most under the age of 10. It was not possible to confirm the death toll, but Abdul Ghani Naeb, a health department chief in Sada, told Reuters 43 people had been killed and at least 61 injured. Houthi-controlled Al-Masirah television broadcaster and verified footage of dead and bloodied children being transferred to the hospital. I watched it. Visually, as you can tell, it shook me watching it. The UN's children agency, UNICEF, said it was very concerned with the initial reports of children being killed. In a statement carried out by the official Saudi press agency, the Saudi-led coalition called the strike a, quote, legitimate military action. The official Saudi press agency, the Saudi-led coalition, called the strike a quote, legitimate military action. Since when is it a legitimate military action to fire laser-guided or infrared-guided missiles at fucking school buses filled with children? I'm sorry, I really try hard not to swear on my channel now because I know some people, it offends them and it affects my demonetization, but this is fucking horrific. In a statement, I've read that bit. I'm not going to read it again. a legitimate military action targeting elements responsible for a Houthi missile attack on the Saudi city of Jizan on Wednesday. Really? Those kids were Houthis, were they? I thought to myself when I was reading this, I thought, they're going to be saying that the Houthis are going to be using these kids as human shields next, like Israel do with... It's coming, trust me. The airstrikes confirmed to international and humanitarian laws, the statement said. It accused Iran-aligned Houthis of using children as human shields. Jesus fucking Christ. Are they getting their press releases from the IDF or Netanyahu or something? The bottom of the article, it says this. I'll leave a link to the full article down below, but it says the situation has been in Yemen has been described as the world's greatest humanitarian crisis. Okay, Guardian, you've done a good job on this. I tear the Guardian to pieces all the time, but this is why they're the second best outlet in the UK, because they do good work. All right, but on there I've got to pull them up. It is the world's greatest humanitarian crisis. It's not described. The latest figures we've got for the amount of people that have contracted cholera as a result of this war is over 1 million, and that was just in 1 year last year. That's without this year. 60% of them are children. The largest cholera epidemic in history. It's 2018 for... According to the Campaign Against Arms Trade, the UK has licensed $4.7 billion worth of arms to Saudi Arabia since 2015, including $2.7 billion worth of aircraft, helicopters and drones, and $1.9 billion worth of weapon systems such as grenades, bombs and missiles. Our bombs, our weapons, our planes, our missiles, our helicopters are fucking killing kids in Yemen. Andrew Smith from the organisation said this atrocity cannot be ignored. The UK government has been utterly complicit in the destruction. Fucking amen to that. It has armed and supported the Saudi-led coalition right from the start. The death toll has spiralled and the humanitarian crisis has only got worse, and yet the arms sales have continued. That's what he said. I absolutely agree. And also, I would like to add, and the media in this country are almost fucking silent. I'm going to show you something in the next video, because I'm going to do another video today on Yemen. I had a video to do today on Yemen planned that was bad enough. This is just insane. And when you see the next video, I'll leave a link up to it up there when I release it. It's going to make you as angry as I am right now, if not worse. It concludes, this article does. Martin Griffiths, the UN's Special Envoy for Yemen, told the Security Council this month that he would convene the country's first talks in 2 years to try and secure peace. Stop bombing them! Stop bombing kids! He said time was long past for negotiations to resume and he would bring the parties together on the 6th of September in Geneva. Right. I said at the beginning of this, I think this is the next slide anyway, because I haven't really rehearsed this at all. Yeah, it is. CNN have covered it. CNN have covered it. Whether MSNBC have, I don't know. I suspect it will be the first report on Yemen in 18 months. Bravo, NBC, if you do that. CNN have covered this. You can see there. Dozens killed after school bus carrying children hit by airstrike in Yemen. Look at that. Children killed in Yemen after airstrike hit school bus. That video there, it's a video on their page. Again, I'll leave the link down there. It's 2 minutes 56 seconds long, right? It isn't until the 2 minute and 52 second mark, I think, when the woman finally says, oh, by the way, we should point out the US and the UK support this war. That's it. That's all they say. That's it. No outrage over the weapons going over there and killing children, none at all. But they'll fucking get outraged over something to do with Donald Trump and a tweet and pick that apart for pieces and spend 2 days talking about that. This, 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Whether it gets any more airtime, I highly, highly doubt it. Or whether this is the straw that breaks the camel's back, I don't know. But it's not a story about Stormy Daniels and Trump. They're not going to be bothered about that. It used to be, if it bleeds, it leads. I really try not to get emotional in my videos. I really do. Because I know when I get emotional, they're not my best videos. I can't analyse them as well when I get emotional. And as you can probably tell, I haven't analysed this too well because I'm too emotional right now. The first thoughts that come to me were this. Do you remember when those, was it 52 children were allegedly gassed in Syria and 3 countries went and bombed the crap out of it? Because the outrage about these kids being killed. Do you think there's going to be outrage about this? Do you think there's going to be sanctions on Saudi Arabia because of this? Do you think there's going to be sanctions on the UK and the US who are backing this war because of this? No, of course there's not. But they'll sanction Russia for poisoning the Skripals when there's no fucking evidence. They'll sanction Russia for meddling in the election when there's no fucking evidence, or very little, nothing that we've seen anyway. Well, hacking the DNC, but there's definitely no evidence of that. They'll sanction Iran. They'll sanction Iran for what I can only gather is complying with the JCPOA. And they're saying Iran are backing the Houthis in this war and that's why they've got to fight them. Again, I've seen no more evidence of that. And even if they are, 2 wrongs don't make a right. You don't win a war. You don't create peace. You don't get to a position of peace by bombing. You just don't. I hope you're as outraged as me on this, because this is, when I was reading this morning, I really was angry. And when you see my next video, you're going to be even angrier. I know you are. Thanks very much for watching. Please support the channel if you can by spreading my work as far and wide as you can on social media. If you can, please support me on Patreon. You can do it for as little as $1 a month. If you can't, I understand times are tough, but as it says down there in the bottom left or right corner of this video, I forget which one it is now, the fourth estate is dead. It is only independent media that are giving you the truth on these things. The mainstream media are going to whitewash this as best as they possibly can. Why? It'll hurt their owners. If they don't, it'll hurt the people at the top who own the channels and the rich people and people who spend money. You know, Raytheon, Boeing, Halliburton, they all do adverts on MSNBC. I think their stocks are going to get hit when they find out that they're missiles, or if they report that these missiles from these companies that are advertising on MSNBC are killing fucking kids in Yemen. Maybe that's why they don't ever report on this, but they'll report 455 times on Stormy Daniels. I know whether I think that is true or not. Thanks for watching. I really wish there was something more we could do.